Welcome to the Dope and Tape Show, everybody. It is episode 140, and it's a good one. I mean, I'm super excited. I've been excited for this for weeks, and it's coming down now, and it's just cool to me that it's like 140, nice round number. I think that's pretty neat to start this off. And we are announcing today that we're going to be partnering with FireTech. In my opinion, the best education company for fire protection, hands down. I mean, I've always been behind it. I've heard nothing but great things today. I was at a GSFA event, and everybody loved FireTech when I announced the partnership. And there's going to be a discounted class for you guys. So each month, we will discount another class. That way you can continue your education. And as you know from watching the Dope and Tape Show or listening to the Dope and Tape Show, we are very big on education and growing and developing yourself as a better person, a better professional in this industry, and they kind of get you where you want to be. So since we're mainly sprinkler guys here, we're going to start off this month with the NFPA 25. It's a NICET 1 prep course. So this course is not some like small course that you'll get and you'll just like run through, kind of like Bobby does with his OSHA training, just click next. This one you can't, you had to really go through it, listen to videos. They have videos of professors explaining things. They have hands-on training from the videos that you get to see. And it is in depth in pretty much everything in that NICET level 1. So if you're a fitter and you're wanting to get your license and get that little pay bump, that little bonus that some of the contractors do, go ahead and pay for it yourself. Don't wait for the contractor. It puts you in a great negotiation situation with your employer, and then also it's not that much, and it shows your I said excitement, your dedication to the industry. I mean, it really makes yourself appear what you are, but to your boss, it makes you look appear that you're with it. You're wanting to grow. So we're going to discount it 25%, which gives you $185 for this entire course. And this course is, man, what was it? I think it was like 15 credits, CEUs. I mean, it's a good bit. I could be wrong on the CEUs. I don't have it in front of me, but incredible class. And if you do not have your NICET, this is a quick and affordable way to go ahead and study for this. I recommend you doing it more than once, and then maybe on like your second, third time, go and schedule your test. Go take it right before your test. Go in to FireTech, to your course, and go over the practice tests. Just go hammer those before you go and actually do the test. It gets your brain firing and remembering all the different things that you learned, and then go and then come out with a pass test, man.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining.
Oh yeah, Bobby's here.
I do see Jamie. Jamie was requesting to join, so we'll let Jamie in. It looks like he's trying to connect to the audio, whatever you're trying to do. We'll talk to you in a minute. Paul, Carlos, Tommy, Florencio, Becky, Jeremy, Mike, Matt, Poseidon. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. The comments just went flying like crazy. I love seeing it. Really appreciate you guys being here. And we just love being able to do this, offer you stuff like this. Thank you to FireTech as well. Jamie, you there? Can't hear you, Jamie.
We got his name.
Good evening, Jets. I'm glad I was able to catch it live. I've been doing low voltage for about 9 years. Love seeing the trades get love. Thank you so much, Poseidon. I'm an island boy, self-teaching myself with FireTech Productions. That's Paul from 5-Star. He's, I believe you're in Guam, right, Paul? And he says that he's doing online courses with you guys. Mike G, FireTech is where it's at. Excellent courses. Jeremy Buck says, "What's up, boys?" Becky says, "And girls."
Girls.
Tommy Howard has not been the first comment for a few episodes. I think Buddy might be coming down with the flu.
Hey guys,
he's slipping a little bit.
Who's he talking to? Jamie, you there?
I'm here. You hear me?
I hear you. How are you doing?
We hear you.
Hey guys.
Well, there you are.
Hey, there he is.
Good to see you.
Hey guys.
Thanks for joining us. So we're just
So
gonna
we have Rob Stewart and Jamie Moen. Is that how I
Moan.
pronounce your last name, Moen? Yeah.
Moan.
You
They're
got it.
both from Fire Tech, and y'all are also both instructors, correct? Awesome. And Rob, what do you mainly specialize in? I think you're at a course right now, aren't you? Teaching that?
Yep, we're Fire Tech is partnering with Viking Sprinkler over here in Grand Rapids this week for a 2-day sprinkler inspection and testing class right here at the Viking facility. Posted a few pictures before we started the class yesterday on my LinkedIn page, just showing people what that lab at Viking looks like. It's a great wet lab. They got a great facility, and we had a really nice class today with our students.
I want to go. Now this is the same like Viking manufacturing,
Yes,
distribution, all that stuff. Okay.
same
So
place. They got a beautiful training facility there that we were
yeah,
able to
we've seen
partner up with.
pictures, but Nancy, if you're listening, or if y'all know Nancy, let her know that she hasn't invited us there yet. So
Well, you guys had Martin
Nancy,
on a
let's
few.
go. Get on
Yeah,
it.
you had Martin Workman on a while back, wasn't he? He's a legend over there at
Yeah.
Viking.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Nancy told us we weren't allowed to swear, and then he was allowed to swear.
But not us. Not us. We'll get in trouble.
Boom. All right, yeah, I put the Fire Tech Solutions in black. It looks a little bit, you can see it a little better. Well, glad to have you guys on. Thanks for joining us. Let's talk Fire Tech. Let's talk about Fire Tech.
First of all,
So,
love your t-shirts.
oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Looking nice.
They made it out just in time. I had to fly down to Fort Myers today, so getting it yesterday was excellent.
Yeah, I got it. I got it today just in time for this, and then I'm gonna bring a t-shirt. I'm going to Colorado. I'll be at the I don't remember if it's AFSA, NFSA. I should 100% know that. But the Colorado chapter, they have a meeting tomorrow. Sorry, been a long day.
What up, Chad? All right, actually,
So
let's hold on. Let me
Rob,
let me have a quick word from our sponsors before we get into this real quick. What do you say?
okay, cool.
Quick word from our sponsors.
Establishing a solid foundation of knowledge in the fire protection industry is critical. FireTech offers a range of training courses and tools to support you. Register for hands-on workshops or enroll in one of our 250 online courses to start, continue, or advance your learning. Start your journey today at firetech.com and unlock your potential in fire safety.
Very well put together ad. Thank you guys for sending that. Appreciate it. All right, we're
No
back.
problem.
Before we kind of get into fire tech, Rob, I do have a question for you. When
Shoot.
you're teaching these inspection classes, what are some of what's like that one topic that always sticks, and then your students always have questions on?
Well, that's a fantastic question. The wonderful thing about our workshops is each workshop ends up being unique depending on the students in the class. Because like this class is very, I would say, is a green class, and so we're diving into a lot of the basics. And being at Viking this time today, Jim Lake over there, he gave us a demonstration of all the different sprinkler heads in their flow lab. And so you actually watch sprinklers flowing, and you could just see the students really, those moments where the light bulb sort of turns on for people when they really start to understand what they're seeing and what they're working with. Another good example is like when we're working with valves. I've noticed this a number of times. Like you get towards the end of day one and we're doing some hands-on with some valves, uh, and the light starts to go on for these students, and you can see them figuring stuff out. They're understanding the whys and the hows, and that makes a huge difference for those individuals, as far as how their trajectory in the industry is going to go, because they understand. They come to understand things.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome. I'm just trying to move everything
That is
around in
really
here.
great. And
Cool.
Jamie, are you also an instructor, and what do you usually instruct?
I am not an instructor. I'm more the back office team here at FireTech, working in
Oh,
the
awesome.
operations, marketing, helped I can take no credit for the video that our guy Luke over here put together for you guys, but no, I will have a shout out to you guys though. I just got back from NFSA in Maui, which was quite the event, and your names came up as influencers in the industry, and so anyway, shout out to you guys for doing a great job.
Thank
So
you,
Oh,
again,
man.
thanks
wow.
for
That's crazy to
yeah,
even hear.
it was very cool because I was obviously knew we were joining you guys this week. So
Appreciate that.
Thank
yeah,
you. And Lisa, hey, it's
Hey,
good to see
hey,
you
how are you?
again.
Thanks for joining us.
Good,
Yes,
good.
yes.
And
Sorry I was
Lisa, what
late.
is your role with FireTech?
So I've been with FireTech since 2007. Jamie was modest. Jamie is one of our owners. So Jamie and I are the owners of FireTech. Jamie is what we would call a COO, Chief Operating Officer. And I get to boss Jamie around. And that's really a joke. He really tells
pretty
me
true.
what to do. But have owned FireTech and passionate about learning, right? But Jamie and I are the groupies of you all, right? And what you do. So being able to look in those code books and go out there every day and yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh, that's
appreciate you guys.
incredible. That's yeah, we appreciate that. And then we're so happy to partner up with you guys because I mean, not just my opinion, but it seems to be the well, really anybody I talk to. I mean, I was at GFSA today, and I mentioned FireTech. Everybody loves them. Everybody uses you. The guys in the field, I talked to them. I've recommended them for my apprentice to use uh, for their licensing. Chad, who's in the comments, I know that he's used you guys for to help him with NICEP. Now, I would say that y'all have developed the best NICEP and training programs in the industry. And so, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we have Paul actually in the comments. I don't know if you guys were here and heard that, but Paul's in Guam and he's on your course. He's doing your course from Guam. He said he'd come to a class in person, but it's a 40-hour
Yes.
flight.
Yes. Yes. So advice, if you're coming from overseas or far away, give yourself a day to catch up because I mean, we've had international students in there and they're kind of falling asleep day one. And it's
Yeah.
heartbreaking. I mean, I
Yeah.
get it, right?
Jet
Like
lag.
time is money, but it's hard. So yeah, give yourself a day.
That's awesome.
Speaking of international, is the programs only in English at this point, or are we going to work on some other languages in the future?
We're working on it.
Great question.
Stay tuned.
Stay
Mike
tuned. Yeah.
Mike Bardell says, "I'm glad you finally got FireTech on the show." Hey, Lisa.
I love Mike Bardell. Yes.
So now I know fire tech as NICET prep, and that's really my only experience with fire tech outside of the hands-on training I did. I was there doing the master class with Wills Lacrosse, the legend here in Atlanta, and holy crap, the attention to detail and how much I learned in there was just incredible. I went there. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna soak this stuff up, and I'm not gonna like really take notes. I'm just gonna enjoy this and have fun. But I ended up going through pages of notes, trying to keep up with Will's with just so much great information. So I know the hands-on class, and then I am aware of NICET prep. But um, what else am I missing?
Want to take
Well,
that, Rob?
yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, NICEP prep, your CEUs, your hands-on workshop. But one of the online classes that we recently launched was a beginner design class. Um, and this takes you to the basics. This isn't a CAD class. This gives you the basics of hydraulic calcs. It gives you the basis of how to design a sprinkler system. It takes you from the beginning. It's sort of an old school type of class where we want you to master the basics before you move on to your calc programs that are computer generated anymore. We want you to learn the design program from basically from the ground up, like we used to in the industry. We launched that at the end of last year, I think, Lisa, or the beginning of this year. And so for those fitters that are thinking career path, like, okay, at some point I'd like to get into the office, maybe do some design. That's a good place to check out and start.
That
Yeah.
is good. And then I've mentioned this several times on this show. I mentioned it in the meeting. It's also one of my selling points when I speak with high schoolers. You can go in all these different avenues in fire protection. You can go from sales, or well, I guess kind of the track. You can go from the field, and however capacity, from service to new construction. You can go into inspections, or you can go into engineering. You can go into design. You can go into sales. You can go into management. And then the cool thing about fire protection, if one of those roles that you thought was going to be great, you're not really a great fit, you can always go back. I was with a company and I was doing sales, and then there was like a little disagreement with the management, and I was like, "Hey, give me a truck. I'll go back to and doing inspections." They're like, "Okay, no problem." So, you know,
I got a
so you can
question in the
always go
comments.
back.
When will FireTech offer an actual apprenticeship program?
That's an interesting question.
And then Matt says this. Yeah, people want an apprenticeship program from you guys.
We don't have an apprenticeship program, but what we do have are primer basic courses, foundational, right? Anybody right out of school, new career. And we've got a handful, probably about 15 courses that are for anybody, right? And you come in and you learn the basics, and you got to know that. And Rob had talked about that earlier, the how and the why. It's so important to start understanding and learning the right thing right from the beginning. And from there, you step into what we would call our 102, 202 level courses that take you into the codes and standards, right? And start introducing the codes and standards to you. And I don't know about you all, but like, I can't pick up those books, and like, that is not my unique ability, but some people have that ability. And if you don't, we have a great guided courses that really help you break those down and understand the how and why in the industry. And then from there, we have courses that really help with the certification. So you can continue learning with a handful of smaller courses or some of those larger certification NICE prep courses. So we have online courses to guide you through the way. You need to go into the field and learn every day, and then go, take a hands-on workshop or two. So you put that together in a pathway for your team. We're starting to curate those for companies, and it's the guide you need. And I mean, I think everybody's saying it, right? Exodus of the knowledge in the industry. It's so important.
Yeah, it's scary. All the older guys retiring before the young guys can come in, and they're gonna take all that knowledge with them.
That's sort of that's one of the reasons I'm here at FireTech full time, is because a little my background. I built the company from the ground up. I sold it. I moved to the Midwest from Arizona. The two companies I worked for, one of the things that I realized was, as an older guy and an experienced guy, the company was just basically using me as a tool to estimate and sell work. Well, I can do that, no problem. I've been doing that all my whole career. But what the gap that I saw was the young techs coming in and not getting the guidance and the training they needed from the old experienced guys like me. And so when this opportunity came up to get in to do training every day, to my focus to be training inside the industry, that's sort of one of the big reasons why I'm here at FireTech,
Man, we
is to
appreciate you for doing that.
support the people out in the industry, allow them to grow in the
Incredible.
trade, to become better fitters, become better inspectors, to know the whys and the hows, so that our industry gets better and stronger.
Well, thank you for stepping up
That's amazing. That's amazing. I
with
was
that.
fortunate
That's
enough to work
incredible.
directly under my father, so I had the old guy teaching me direct.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
my
know
my
there's like
dad was
Well,
There's not
sometimes
a
That's
that's a
my
lot.
good
foreman
thing,
as
bad
well.
thing,
It well, it was a little bit of both, yes. But I learned a lot, and it's paid off, and I can see that. And then once I wasn't under my father's wing, so to speak, I could see that some of the old guys were gatekeeping the knowledge. They
Really,
didn't want you
yes,
to know it.
yes.
They wouldn't let you in the pump room. So it's like, and then those guys didn't teach you, and then they retire. So the guys that were teaching, I mean, of the older guys, they weren't all teaching, and maybe only 50% of them actually wanted to teach.
Yes. Yeah,
So it's
and
good.
without
It's
a
good that
doubt.
you
And
did
that's sort
that.
of that was sort of the old school mentality, right? But now we're trying to, in the industry, we try and change that old school mentality because you guys already said it. The old guys are leaving. And all the new men and women coming into our industry need the help and the training that they can get to keep the standards high.
Yep. And that's it.
Yeah,
And we're here for the
I
spread
definitely
of good
agree.
knowledge. And I just want to let you guys know while you're all here, we appreciate this collaboration and you guys doing this. And we're really excited about this and trying to just spread good info as far and wide as we can. So thank you.
We're
That's what
Now,
honored.
we're
I'm
here.
Thank
not
you.
sure if you're able to track this analytically, but is there a way you can see if it's more contracted companies that are purchasing these courses for their employees, or if employees are going out there and seeking this information on their own?
Damn good question.
We've we've got a lot of data. We have a lot of Gmail and Yahoo accounts, right? So without diving into any one of those, you don't know. But we also have customer portals. So we know that customer XYZ has, 53 guys and gals in their team, using our training. I
Right.
don't know if you could answer that better, Jamie.
I was gonna I was gonna say we can do it either way. Our largest market is the everyday worker in the field. I think that we've filled the niche of helping the individual take that next step, whether it's that nice at level one, whether it's the intro course that Lisa was talking about. I think we'd love to expand though to where we can put together customized solutions for companies, right? So a manager could come to us, have a conversation, and we could literally curate a program that's custom tailored to that company, right? Not everybody needs the same thing. Not every manager wants the same outcome for their guys. But we have 250 online courses. We have, 6 or 8 different types of hands-on workshops, as we talked about. So I think we'd like to grow more into the market where each sprinkler contractor can almost have their own, kind of custom curated, what we would call a pathway program. So yeah, I think both are on the table. So
Yeah, one addition to what Jamie was just saying, we also have the ability to take our customers' content and put them in the portal as well. So you can, if you're a smaller company, maybe not to the point where you have your own learning management system, you can use that portal as your own for HR training for, we have customers combining their content and our content, and those are customized pathways just for them.
Wow, that's incredible. And now, if now you're mentioning pathways, so when you say pathway, I think more than one course. Like, my pathway is to be a level 3 inspector. So is when you say pathway, it's like a plan that's put together, and you almost like purchase that as a bundle, and it's there for you as you go through your journey. And
Absolutely.
you got it.
how does that ever expire? Because like it might take me 2 months to get comfortable with the book and take the class before I get up the courage to take level 1, and then I might want like a little month break, and then another 2 months to get comfortable and take the level 2, and then kind of turn it into a year process, or at least 8 to 10 months. Would that course time out, or?
So there's multiple ways to do it. And Brian, I got to tell you, like a comment that I hear often from managers. obviously, like, money is a big deal, right? And then people are always worried about their team members leaving. And so you can curate the pathway and then buy as you go. We can curate it with a timeline in there. So it can be done in different ways, but we understand that pain point of somebody leaving and not wanting to pay for something that's not been used. So we're working with managers to work.
Yeah, so with management and company owners that are listening to this, I'm telling you, like, this prolonged pathway is really the way to go, because in order to get your customer, your not your customers, but your employees to stay, you need to obviously pay them a competitive wage according to their skill level, and then give them a purpose. Say, hey, this is the vision that we have. Does this align with your vision? All right, this is the pathway we're going to put on you. We love what you're doing. Thank you so much. And give them a purpose for being there. Like, they're a part of something and not just an employee. And my view is they'll stay. I would.
Well, as they further their education, they're going to get what, Bry?
They're going to get more money. They're going to get more money, more knowledge. You're also going to be respected more naturally. People are going to come look at you as more of a mentor than just one of the fitters or one of the regular inspectors. So a lot changes. I mean, you really, when you start getting nice sets, you start getting certified positions, your mindset and how you're perceived in the industry and in your company changes.
Yeah.
And I did miss the discount code for the class. Again, it's NFPA 25. It's a nice set prep class. And this is going to go on this entire month. So it's 25% off. It's $185, which is under $200. There's no excuse. I mean, just skip on buying you some Jordans and get you a class to further your education, get you some more money. Maybe with your bonus, you can buy a couple more. But the discount code is simple. It's dope and tape. So please let your
That's very
please let
simple.
let your management know, the owners know, and let's get you guys certified. I'm super excited, and I like the pathway option, because when I'm going to take a class, I'm not just going to do one class unless it's in person. I want to continue this. And then also in my mind, psychologically, if you purchase this as a group, you're like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And now you're almost, I would say, obligated to do the 3, the 4, the whatever classes that it takes. And that's what I think I like too. And I have used FireTech as almost like an outline for me to train people. Like, if I was teaching a class, I used FireTech as part of the class, and I would have them come in and I would go through each thing and we'd read, and that just keeps me up to the code, because I could miss something or I could be wrong, because codes change all the time. And then it gives me an outline with correct information instead of me just going in there and talking to the guys and having them look up codes and books. And it was great as far as a company training. I don't know, FireTech, if you guys like that, but is this one class like 12 guys? But it was great. It was a great way to use that outline.
I got some questions in the comments here. We got, do you have courses for the NFPA certifications from Joe Saffer? I think we just talked about that.
Nothing specifically like the CFPS, and I'm sorry if I'm using the wrong acronym. Nothing specific.
No, it's CFPS. That's
you got
correct.
It. Okay. Our courses heavily reference the standards, so you're going to learn the standards by taking our courses, but nothing geared toward that exact outline.
Could that possibly be in the future?
Could possibly.
I know that course would be extremely in depth, but I would imagine a lot of the higher engineering courses are also extremely in depth, especially when you start referencing hydraulics.
Yes,
I mean,
and so with our NICE prep all of our NICE prep classes, those classes aren't designed to just teach you answers to questions on a test. What the way FireTech has always gone about it is we help to teach you how to find answers to the questions in the standards that you're going to be tested on. And so it's a win-win when you take those classes. One, you're prepping for your NICET, and that's the end goal, right? But the other benefit is you understand how to navigate NFPA 25 if you're going for your inspection testing, and NFPA 13 if you're going after water-based layout. And so they're beautifully designed classes. And when I got hired on full-time at Fire Tech and got to see behind the curtain a little bit on how these classes are designed, it's impressive the work that goes into building these classes, these online classes.
I have a
Glad they're there.
company. I have a company question. I'm just kind of spitballing curiosity here. So I would say that y'all are the best program for training, and possibly, I would say number one. And since I have the two owners here, what was that big power move that y'all did that gave y'all that switch to where you are today?
Well, I can answer that because I haven't been around as long as Lisa has, but it's going to sound like a I don't know, tongue-in-cheek kind of answer, but it's what's always been there is the customer service. I think the NICET part of Fire Tech started in 1987 on cassette tapes, right? And so that was the original company. You order your cassette tapes and you get your NICET prep courses. But what I think's been established at Fire Tech for so long is you can call up, you can talk to a human. Her name's probably Donna, and she's going to answer your questions, and she's going to help you get what you need, right? So if you don't know, you're uncertain, do I go on a pathway? Do I take a 102 course? Do I take a 101 course? Do I go right for my NICET level 1? Like, that's what I joined in Fire Tech, right? So I'm not trying to simplify it, but I think the customer service of Fire Tech, we hope, is what brings people back, right? So every year you got to get recertified or the continuing education courses. So for us, that's what we focus on the most, is the customer service part of helping people learn, like continue your training. So I don't know if there's more secret sauce in that other than trying to provide world-class content and make it great, so what Rob and Lisa just said.
Brian, you said it earlier when you were talking about once you start, it changes as you get to know more, right? And it's that passion behind what you do. And I will tell you, and I will attest, our team cares. Every single person on our team cares about our content, our product, our customer. I mean, I had somebody say to me, like, Lisa, you got to explain what customer first means, because we had a customer issue and all of a sudden we had 3 people on it. And whereas we need to take care of our customer, like sometimes stopping everything over here. So, there's always a balancing method, but and they care. Yeah.
That's awesome. That customer service is the most important,
incredible.
Right?
It is.
What do we got? Mike's
It's
asking
huge.
about, I think I asked this. Mike's asking about a backflow testing and repair course. What do we say about that?
Well,
Yeah, that's handled on the state
Oh,
side.
because it's a state level thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Each state is specific about those requirements. Get with your local state.
And then typically the state requires you to have the CEUs with your school that you got your certification at.
Yeah, and most of those classes in certain states don't cross lines; they're state specific. So figure out where you're at in your geographic area. Chase down that education.
Paul says you guys should open up a Guam division.
Guam.
Well, Jamie was halfway there being in Maui, so maybe you might think about going over to Guam.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's do it.
Paul's got the best sprinkler truck, I think, in the industry with having the Ford Raptor. He's got a Ford Raptor sprinkler truck. Thing is awesome.
Ooh,
that is cool.
I love seeing it, Paul.
Ford Raptor, jeez.
Imagine.
Hey, expense that gas.
Truck.
Jeez, I was gonna
Oh,
buy a Ford Raptor back in like 2014,
you're like,
and it had
please.
that big 6.4 liter in it. And I drove it
Mm.
home. I lived like 45 miles away.
It was
Well,
empty.
sorry, 45 minutes away.
Tank's
And
empty.
yeah, the thing was empty. By the time I got it back, I was like, I'm not buying this thing. I can't
Oh,
afford the
that's
gas.
awesome.
I
That
was
is
like, this is
All
ridiculous.
right, so I have a question. How about if you got like, say you got the newest guy you could get, a greenhorn, brand new apprentice, right? What would be the what would we offer him for a course or her?
Sprinkler 101.
Sprinkler
It
101.
101.
Yeah, I mean
And
it's a real here's an introduction to what you're going to do with fire sprinklers. It just gives you a nice, good, basic overview for that very green individual, person that doesn't have any idea what a sprinkler had. Perfect course. The other thing too is I'm gonna come out and say it because we don't you guys don't talk fire alarm very much, but we know in the industry that we got crossover too. We have a very solid basic fire alarm course. So you new employee, have them take those two classes, and at least they have some working knowledge once they step out into the field with you as to what they're at least trying to look at.
I think I could really benefit from that fire alarm. I didn't get to do any fire alarm in Massachusetts. It's like a completely different trade. Sprinkler guys are like not allowed to touch it. So now I get to, talk to all these people from all around the country, and a lot of them get to do their own fire alarm and take out their own panels and all that. And it's just I might do that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do that course and figure
yeah,
a little bit of fire alarm
yeah,
out for myself.
that's definitely a course that I want to take too, because like when I look at a panel and I'm thinking about doing something, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I should touch this. It's like
yes, I agree. I have that same feeling sometimes.
Yeah.
that what could go wrong is so unknowing to me. Now with sprinkler, water's off, water's drained. All right, let's pull this thing, let's
Right.
pull this plug,
Let's
So
get after it, right?
All of a sudden, the
kind of
fire
dumb it
department's
down a
here.
little bit.
We
And
got
I wanted to mention two upcoming classes in July. So there's inspection and testing of fire sprinkler systems in July 15th to 16th. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana. And then you have inspection and testing of fire pumps, which is July 17th to 18th. So that's 4 total days, two separate classes. You can do either the one or the two, but if you get them from a bundle, you do get a good discount. It comes up to around $795. So if you want to do that, you can get with us. I'm not sure if the link is also on here, but you can message me and Bobby, and we'll show you where that is. You can also go to firetech.com. So trying
touche
to,
on that, kid.
what we want to do
That was
here, the
great.
reason
I'm proud of
for
you.
pushing that is we want to fill some seats. We want you guys to start learning some stuff. Education. I'm telling you, it is the future for your career in anything you do, really.
That's
So
it.
so fire pumps is always a big interest in our industry, right? I mean, everybody wants to learn more about fire pumps, and so here at FireTech, and I can't take credit for it. It's been developed over time, but we have three great fire pump classes. We start with the inspection testing workshop, which is that 2-day workshop that you just mentioned, Brian, there in Indy, July 17th and 18th. And then then we have a maintenance class, which is like our second. It's a step up from your inspection testing class. You get into the maintenance of the fire pump. And then we have our third class, which you already went to, Brian, which is the master class with Wills down there in Atlanta. I mean, and that takes your knowledge to a completely different level
Holy
as
crap,
what it
man! The
relates
amount of
to.
knowledge is wild.
So if your true goal in the industry is to know everything about fire pumps, we got three workshops that you can go through. You want to take first the inspection and test, and then you want to do the maintenance, and then you want to take the master class and just build on your educational level. If you do that, you know, you're gonna be you're gonna be in good shape when it comes to fire pumps and what you're looking at out there.
That's great.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
awesome.
I love the master class. I mean, I want to do it again. Like,
Well, probably the master class, you can probably take it, once a year for the next couple of years, and you're still probably pulling information from Wills because he just shares that much, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he's probably forgotten more about fire pumps than we will ever know about ourselves
We
about
try
fire
to
pumps,
get
right?
Wills
It's
on
so
this show
true.
as much as possible, as much as possible.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, he's got to be on the back burner for the next person that cancels us. We're calling him up again. I forgot about that.
Yeah. We need to just go ahead and book him. So whatever the next date is, let me know. I'll call him and just tell him he's coming on.
Okay, deal.
We can't keep pushing him off.
Deal.
I mean,
And you talk about people giving back to the industry. There's one guy that gives back to the industry.
yeah.
He's just a super guy, and the industry should be thrilled to still have him helping us out.
Man,
Yeah, he's great. We
he's
appreciate him. Every
incredible.
time he comes on the show, we get really good feedback, and he gets a lot of views. He is, like you said, he's a great guy, down to earth.
Absolutely,
He'll
love him.
he'll teach you
And some of the
with
things,
patience. He's got patience like a lot of us don't have.
yeah, because he'll say something and he'll be like, wait, what? You
Yeah.
know? Um, Rob, what is a technical question about NFPA 25 when it comes to standpipe testing? Have you noticed a lot of kind of misinterpreted practices for testing those from students?
Well, I mean, standpipes are so you get so many variations of standpipes. You got dry standpipes, you got automatic standpipes, you got the different classes of standpipes, and so the key for us inside the industry is to go through and truly understand the true definition of each type of standpipe. And then when you start talking about high rises where we got to do standpipe testing per NFPA 25, a lot of times we have to coordinate those inspections with the local fire department. What the AHJ originally signed off as what was the acceptance test and what the expectations are. And
Hmm.
so standpipes become more of a communication thing with your AHJ as to how certain buildings test out. And I think that's sometimes some of the challenge because sometimes companies just will send their techs out and say, "Hey, you got standpiping testing today," and give them no information. So they
Yeah.
go out and they flow the standpipe, and they get what they get, right? But maybe the fire department was supposed to be there with their pumper truck, supplying the extra pressure so they could hit the pressure at the top floor, or you know, there's a lot of questions that you need before you answer before you go out on site to do those standpipe tests.
That was a
I've
that
heard
was
I
a
that
hope
there
that
was
answers the
some.
question a bit.
that was a damn good
Well, I
answer. I
mean,
did a lot of that
there was
standpipe
some
testing in
testing
Boston,
done
and
in like
it's
Houston,
tough.
Houston, Texas. There was some testing done down in California, and the AHJs made them rip out the tags that they put on the standpipes and do it again because
Right.
they float it to 175 or 150, whichever it is, and then they were like, all right, it's good, but it's more in detail. So NFPA 25, they've actually they I think they accepted the change for a new edition to put more uh, information in NFPA 25 to kind of further go into this. I know it goes into it a little bit in annex, but not in detail enough for you to like
Yeah.
read it and know how to do it.
Yeah. It's
So I'm
so that
glad for
that's
that change.
so that's one of the things I want when I like when I'm teaching like this class I'm teaching right now, the inspection and testing class here. We're working out at NFPA 25, but I also have my NFPA 25 handbook with me. And so when we get into some of those questions, the handbook is perfect for getting a lot of those explanations that you're looking for. That isn't, in 25, isn't in the annex, but you get this bound book here with just a ton of information on some of the why we do stuff and how we do some of this stuff. And it's super handy for those that want to really dig into it.
Oh yeah, I do not have a standard 13 book, but I do have the 13 handbook.
Absolutely.
Because like when
It's
I
it's a
read it, when
win-win,
I read
right?
the code, I'm not a designer. When I read a code, I want to like know a little bit about it.
Yes. So the handbook's perfect, right?
Yeah, it is.
Will's
It is,
always answers
guys.
his phone, and his knowledge is crazy. Getting his contact info was worth the whole class I took. He gives his cell phone out on the show every time, live to the air. He just gives his cell phone out. And it's like, I mean, we don't have like a million viewers, but it's still like he's the only one that's ever did that. He's like, can I give my phone number? I'm like, yeah, sure. But talking about standpipes in Boston, like that's one of the things that BFD specializes in, and they'll send multiple vehicles out with all their best guys. And every location you're flowing water, they'll have a guy in the fire pump room. They'll have a guy at every location you're flowing water with eyes on they know exactly what they're looking for, the PSI that they want at each location. We're flowing from the top of this one and the top of that one. And um, I see some people online, they just like the HDA doesn't even care. They're not even there. Some of them don't even get involved, and they just like you said, they just get sent out, and they're like, oh yeah, we flowed 500 from the top, good to go.
Well, and see
Well,
that,
unfortunately, it's like that in Atlanta.
Oof.
but that's the issue that the HJs need to come to terms with to a great degree, is because we're in a fire situation when you need that flow, it's the firemen that are hooking it up. And so your guys there in Boston that you work with, they understand that. So that's why they're out there with you, because if they're in that building, they want to make sure this thing's going to work and they're not going to literally get burned. But the
Exactly.
AHJs that say whatever, well, they're just setting themselves up for some tough situations down the road, possibly. So again, I go back to my comment, check with your local AHJ on to what they want to see and then comply with that and then go from there.
That's a great answer. Yeah,
On your course that you teach about testing inspection, do you go into detail with standpipes?
The standpipe module that we go through, we try to help the students to understand the different definitions of the different type of standpipes and really help them to understand the overall. And then we get into some of the basic testing requirements, but it's a little bit more of a higher view module, but trying just to educate as far as the basics. I've been in the industry for over 30 years, and every time I had to sit down to estimate a standpipe system, I'd always get 14 out and just review things to make sure I had all my I's dotted and my T's crossed to make sure I wasn't getting myself crossed up. So it's one of those things, unless you're working with standpipes every single day on the design side or the inspection side, it's always good to go back to the standard and review and refresh.
Great advice. That is great advice. It's like that in Florida too. Jeremy says, "What's up, Eric? Thanks for joining." Mike says, "How do you keep track of testing standpipes from decade to decade?" How do you keep track of testing standpipes from decade to decade?
Ask the HJ.
Not a question in my wheelhouse. Any other questions in the chat? We got like 15 minutes left. If you guys have any other questions, fire them off so we can answer them. Great advice, Matt says. Do you guys go? Will you guys be at NFPA?
We are going to be at NFPA. Maybe
Awesome.
Lisa's like to talk about that.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, Lisa said we were going to meet in person in my note.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
At NFPA.
I mean,
Forward to it.
she already met me, so that's enough.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. She gets to meet the famous one next.
Yeah.
No, that'll be exciting. We can't wait. NFPA, we love NFPA and AFSA
It's
every year.
right
We
around the corner.
Really look forward to them.
So it's been quite a while since we've actually been to NFPA. So any advice?
Are you going as you just going as what do you have a booth?
We have a booth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We've done AFSA and NFSA.
Just take it all in, I guess. I've never been like I know you just gotta walk that thing a couple times because every time I walk it, I see something else. Like, oh, I didn't see this last loop.
Well, it's huge.
You
And
guys
then
might be just
also,
at the booth
so
though. We'll definitely come visit and take some videos.
oh, for sure. When we went to NFPA, Arco sent us there, and we were, so what were we, Bobby? Like
Overwhelmed is what we were.
we went 3 to 5 months into this.
I mean, yeah. So we started in December, and we had Jim Stoddard on the show early June, and he's like, "Hey, NFPA is next week. You guys want to go?" And we're like, "Well, we would love to, but it's just like we can't swing it." And he's like, "No, I'll send you guys. Do you want to go? And we were like, oh yeah, sure. And then there we were, like a week later in Vegas at NFPA, and it was like we were there to like take videos, but we were also there like just getting to see everything for the first time, and
And
it was so
overwhelming.
exciting. It's like kids in a candy shop, and that was some of our best content. I still go back and pull that content and use it sometimes.
We had no idea what we were doing.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that was our first one. It was great. I mean, if you're going to be making videos, definitely bring extra batteries.
Yeah, we learned
I
that.
got battery packs
Yeah.
galore. I'll go through like 4 or 5 phone batteries while I'm in there.
So I actually have, I think for NFPA this year, I have 3 battery packs that are going to be in my backpack that
Yeah.
I'm going to charge every night.
Keep them one to charge the microphones, one to charge one phone, and one to charge the other phone, and one to power the lights. But if you're just going and you're just gonna be doing your booth, I don't know. You guys got stuff you're gonna like give away, like coasters
Y'all
or
got some cool
keychains or
swag?
like stickers or something? Like that's what people are into, like stickers and.
Well, we know this one really neat guy who gave us a really great idea about some good swag, right,
Oh
Brian?
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we can keep it a surprise, but it's a good one. Everybody's gonna want to go.
Stop by the booth.
Meeting so many
Stop by the
people was
booth.
the best. People I've talked to for years, I got to meet there. That's awesome. That's the other thing too, is like just being able to. I mean, you're in this big room of people that just do what you do, and they think about what you think about, and they're like, we're all in the same industry, and it's like throughout the whole country, we're doing it all the same. I mean, we're talking about how some AHJs lack, but for the most part, we all have the same code. We're all following the same code, and then now we're all in this big room with all the new innovations, and yeah, it's a great place to be. If you guys haven't been, you're a fitter, you're an apprentice, you're foreman, what you should go. If you're watching this, you should sign up, show up to the expo, walk the expo floor. Expos are free, right? I mean, if you want to pay for the lectures, but you can get in the expos for free and walk around and just experience it. NFPA is in Orlando in June. If you want
Yeah.
more info, you can reach out after, and I'll send you a direct link that will give you all the info you need to get there.
And we will be speaking on Wednesday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So
That
a
is-
full hour.
And
We're excited to
we're
speak.
super prepared for that. We've made we got our
No, I
PowerPoint.
I feel terrible. We're supposed to be putting together a PowerPoint, and Matt
It
Bass, who
will
we're
be great.
speaking with,
It'll
he
be
is
great. Yeah,
freaking.
but Matt is
He's
like on
it,
it.
you
Matt's
know,
the guy that's like when you were in
on it.
school and
And
you had to
we're
do a
like,
project, he worked on
yeah,
it the
we're
first week, and I'm like, I'm gonna work on it on the last day. I'll get it done, Matt. I promise. Oh yeah, we're presenting on
it's
Wednesday. If you guys want
yeah.
to see us, that'd be great. I think we'll probably be able to film it. No?
Uh no, well technically no, but I don't know. Maybe
Probably.
we can ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that.
I won't
Actually,
post it.
so
I want to video it for myself. I was the nerd. Yes,
yeah.
Matt is the nerd in this group project right now. His PowerPoint is done, and I haven't even downloaded PowerPoint yet.
Yeah. Well, at least we have the software for dope and tape, so
Yes.
at least we have that.
That's
Yeah.
it. Oh, all right. So is there anything else that we have to cover for our guests to I like that Sprinkler 101. I'm gonna see, and I'll be in touch with you guys. I got a bunch of new guys that we could potentially get in that course. We'll talk about that.
But
Yeah,
you had
there's-
mentioned you wanted, you were interested in the Fire Alarm 101. After we released that course, I had 2 of our sprinkler instructors and sprinkler instructors, many, many years of experience, but 2 of them reached out to me saying, that was really a great course because you learn it in the field, right? And you learn it from, Joe, who you're working with. And so you get it, but when you see it in black and white and writing, it's those light bulb moments you all were talking about. So it just makes sure your foundation is strong. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
Easy.
I think I definitely should take that course. I'm looking for sponsors for the NFPA Expo. Dope and Tape and Fire Tech. 5-star. That's great, Paul. I mean, I don't know if we can. That's a long ride from
All
Guam.
from Guam.
It's a long ride from Guam to Orlando, kid. If you come, I'll give you some stickers.
Yeah, for sure. You can take as many as you want at that point.
Maybe we get you a Fire Tech shirt too. Oh man,
Deal.
I think so, yeah.
Deal.
that is great. Yeah, so this is probably my favorite collab yet. Not to offend anybody, but like for the betterment of the education, like this is. I didn't know about fire tech when I was a young apprentice. Even when I was, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
fire
just
tech
learning about
will
you guys, so
it directly impacts your future.
it does. And like and
Yeah.
it's and comparative to other types of schooling, it's a very good cost for yourself to further your knowledge in this industry. Does fire tech have any plans for training in Florida? Training in Florida.
Are they referring to like workshops in
I would
Florida,
imagine.
hands-on
Yeah,
workshop?
workshops, hands-on.
Probably, yeah.
Well, I think this is safe to say that for us to have an effective workshop, we need to have a good sprinkler lab. And so if you know of a good sprinkler lab where we can get in and do teaching, we're willing to partner up with companies or jurisdictions wherever in this country to host more hands-on workshops. Um, we'd like to set some workshops out west.
There
If
you
you
go.
know of any great sprinkler labs out there where we can get good hands-on training, we're looking to partner up with and grow our base of workshops at the same time too. Pull in as many people as possible for training.
Okay, awesome. Did you have something on that, Jamie?
Rob took the words out of my mouth. I think every hands-on workshop that we host, again, we're fairly Midwest, Southwest focused, or I'm sorry, Southeast focused. West Coast people are clamoring for a location, so we'd love to meet someone out west that has a lab that would love to let us come in and
Is it?
kind of break into that territory.
Well,
So
the word is out there now to the interwebs. Maybe we can find something.
beautiful.
Absolutely,
So
that'd
That'd
be
be
greatly
great.
appreciated.
And so what about, I mean, I got to ask about the Great Northeast because that's where I'm from.
Uh, that would be great too. Location up there. Again, it's our industry is about relationships, right? That's what we're doing tonight. We're building relationships. You guys have been building relationships for a little bit of time now, and you're enjoying it. And so we're just looking to extend our relationships wherever they take us. And so up in the Northeast would be great too.
Right.
Um, the other thing that we've done is companies have contracted with us to even do private workshops for their own company, where they have their own. They just bring in their own people. We provide the instructors. We provide the content. Sometimes maybe in their location, and so those are options too for companies that are willing to. They want to keep all their people together for training. We can help them out there too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
AFSA's
great.
got their new lab in Texas. I don't know if that's considered west, but
It's close enough, which we also have not been to.
Great.
Putting that
yes.
out there.
Yeah, they just opened that up, didn't they?
Yep,
Yeah, they did.
Looks pretty nice down there.
Man, I want to go there so
it
bad.
does. Bob's gonna
Well,
invite us soon. It's all right. We're waiting for our invite, Bob.
Dropping
let's get
hints,
on
right?
that.
uh,
Well, hey guys, thank you so much for the partnership. We're excited for to be a part of having our industry and having our viewers grow. I'm hoping that all of our viewers that watch this video will let their management know, let their friends know. If you know some guys in the field that want to be an inspector, like this is a good way to get your foot in the door. Just go ahead and take the initiative, pay this for this yourself, and let's get this thing started. And please just spread the word of what we're doing with FireTech and FireTech. Thank you so much for trusting us with this and believing in us that we can help share what y'all are trying to do as well.
Well, right back at you. Thank you for asking us.
yeah, we appreciate you guys
Awesome.
so much. And like Brian said, like you could probably ask your company to pay for these courses, but at the end of the day, you buy it, you take it. It's for you. You have it. I mean, ask for it later. I don't know. I would do it myself rather than going and asking for it. But
I always have.
I
I
know
just
that
handle
I
it
know that
myself.
like
I pass it, they
Where
reimburse
Jeremy
me.
is, they'll pay for courses for him. I know a lot of contractors will, some won't. But again, any questions, you reach out to Brian or myself, and we'll steer you in the right direction.
And as a a company owner that or a manager that does not send their guys to training or declines even more like declines any kind of learning or further education, and that this isn't just direct to fire tech but really of any kind, like, and you wonder, those people, they wonder why people leave. I would freaking leave too.
Yep.
So guys, get your guys, listen to what they want and give them the purpose and get them trained if they want trained, or if they want to go another position, and you'll keep your guys.
Furtherment of the education. That's it. We appreciate everybody, everyone that's watching, whether you're watching live or the replay. Thank you so much for viewing this episode. If you are not, which you should be, please subscribe. Hit the like button on your way out. And you can visit firetech.com for more info. That's it. Anything else?
Thanks so much.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.